Hello, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Have to speak a bit quietly. I hope you guys can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me because it's late night here. It's after 12:30, midnight, after midnight. I want to make sure my neighbors won't. I want to make sure I won't. I won't cause my neighbors to break up with my voice carrying and all. So let me bring this thing a little bit closer to my face. So there we go. See, me and my mic. All right, what's going on here? We have Aman here. Says, "Hey, Maran. Hey, Aman. 20 male India. Thank you for that." He says, "I broke up. I broke talking with the HOCD girl since a month. Her friend messaged me saying she's feeling too bad because of me. I gone back to her talking to solve back, but I don't know. I'm not feeling like before." I don't know what you mean. What's wrong with her? You told her that you had HOCD. Well, and she's supportive to help you to, you know, um, balance yourself out as it was before HOCD. So why did you break up with her? Aman says she's ready to talk back, but I'm feeling too strange. Why? Because you're thinking too much. It's a blessing. She likes you, and she's wise enough to know HOCD is HOCD like cold, and that she's there to support you to get your balance back. So go ahead, talk to her, and you know, enjoy your life. Hussein says, "Hello, sir. I'm 19 years old. I'm a boy. 3 months ago, my breakup happened, but daily, sir, now my mind is telling that she is the most beautiful girl, and her images are running in my head for a month." And Hussein says, "I'm not able to focus, and she blocked me from everywhere." Oh, well, listen. There's so many other girls around that if one blocks you, you're not supposed to be constantly thinking about that she's the best. How could she be the best if she blocked you? Why would you want to be with a girl who doesn't want to be with you? And it's perfectly normal and okay if somebody doesn't want to be with you or doesn't like you. And there's so many people in this world who don't like me. Or, if I, let's say, if I ask some girl out and she doesn't want to go out with me, so what does that mean? It just means she's not interested. So what? That's perfectly normal. I can't expect everybody like me, hmm? Or everybody thinks that I'm as handsome as I think I am. So that's normal because the same thing for me. I don't think every girl out there is good enough for me. I don't think every girl out there is as beautiful as I want her to be or as beautiful as they themselves think they are. So that's perfectly normal. When I think that way about a girl, it doesn't take anything away from the girl. If somebody thinks about you that doesn't want to be with you or for whatever reason, that doesn't take anything away from you. It just means that you guys are not compatible for one reason or another. And that's so what? Doesn't diminish either one of you. It's like saying, I don't like Apple. Now, because I don't like Apple, then Apple has lost its nutritional values and its taste and it's no longer good. No, it's you don't like Apple. Other people do. Some don't, some do. Or whatever it is, watermelon or pineapple or pear or peach or whatever. It doesn't take anything away from that what you don't like. It just means you don't like. Same thing with them. It doesn't take anything away from you. It just means you're not compatible. That's fine. That's life. Go on. Next. It's a big deal. But at this age 19, it's so important that this is probably your first relationship or one of the first few. And you could get a chance to hold her hands or kiss her or hug her. It's such a big deal at that age. Naturally, when she rejects you at that age, you don't have so much confidence. So you think, oh, a woman rejects me. And the woman is symbol of pleasure. And therefore, pleasure has rejected me. No, pleasure didn't reject you. The concept of pleasure didn't reject you. One girl didn't like to be with you, and that's not on you, it's on her. So you go on and don't make a big deal out of it. It's perfectly fine. You got to get used to it. You're a man. You got to get used to being rejected by women because that's what they do. And it's not because you're not good enough, it's because they think maybe they can do better. Or maybe somebody else would kind of offer them more stuff or something that they have created an image in their mind that that's the guy they want. They're looking for that. Okay, let them go look. You go for the one who's actually thinks that you're the one that she's looking for. That's the girl you want. So as soon as a girl says, I don't want to, be in a relationship, you say, okay, thank you very much. Have a nice day. Goodbye. Boom, boom, gone. Done. All right. Yeah. You don't have to forget that physical relationship. That's just wonderful. No problem. You don't have to forget it. Just enjoy the memory of it, but understand that everything has a duration. And that was the duration of that relationship and that physical, connection or whatever. Now you go on to the next. You're not going to end up with the same girl for the rest of your life. You're at age 19. When you chose her, you were like, what, 16, 17, 3 years relationship? That means you hardly knew who you are. How do you know what kind of girl you want? Any kind of girl at that age would have been a perfect woman for you. Just wait till you grow up and you'll say, oh, thank God I'm not with her because she's no longer something that I would want to be with. But at this moment, you don't see it. Doesn't matter. You go on and learn. That's the game. That's how it happens. MD Samir Khan says, sir, tell about the power of sun consciousness, sun conscious, subconscious mind, you mean? All right. It's not a time to lecture. It's just answering your question for an hour. And I know it's early in India, so that's why I chose this late here. And I'll be with you guys for an hour and answer some questions. Then I'll go on and get ready to sleep. And tomorrow we'll have another live stream at 1 p.m. Vancouver time. So, Samir, your question's got to be specific so I can hone on it and just answer it. The general questions on a live stream would end up an hour or two lecture. That's not what we want to do here. So telling me that subconscious mind, how it helps in OCD, it's just like a half an hour discussion. For that kind of information, you guys can go on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, and make an appointment on a Skype consultation. And then you can ask me questions, and one on one on Skype, I can explain and discuss and explore it together, one on Skype, whatever is concerning you. But here, got to be specific, short questions. Thomas says, hi, Miran. Hello, Thomas. Can you guys tell me if you can hear me well? By the way, guys, I have now I have my videos on a another channel. It's a Canadian channel. It's like YouTube, but it's a Canadian version of it. It's called Uteron. Um, let me just make sure I'm. Let me see if I can put the link up here for you guys. Uteron. Utreon, not Uteron. Utreon. All right. And this is the copy of the link. So here's a copy of the link. I'm putting it here for you guys. Check it out. Maybe just go on it right now and check it out and see. Tell me how it looks. And David Wayne is here. Says, "Hello, Mehran 23 male Iran Bobble. Oh my goodness, David. Oh yeah, I remember you. Bobble Sai. Wow, 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 wow. Caspian Sea. Wow. I remember Bobble Sai. Hotel Bobble Sai was one of the best at the time when I was a kid. And every summer, before my father bought that land and turned it into a villa and orchards, and it was a big, huge land and was overlooking the ocean in Chelendar, in 17 kilometer to Noshar, I guess, on the Chalus way. And before that, we used to go there for a resort for summertime. Renting bicycle. There's a big area, beautiful beach and everything. Wow. So you're from Bobblesar. Wow, wow. Wow, it's an old, old time, man. And says and says, yes, we can hear you pretty well. Okay, good. Yeah, 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 yeah. Good of you to join us. Where have you been? And you have certain kind of a filter that you can actually watch YouTube stuff. Anyhow, guys, if you guys have a chance to try to click on that link that I just put in here, and tell me what you see and how it grabs you. How inviting is it? Because I just found out that this thing is on because they reached out to me last year and they asked me if I would like to list my channel, open a channel there, and I did. But I never knew that it's operational. I'm afraid it's operational. Palpatine on Star Wars, Death Star. So anyhow, meanwhile, back in the ranch, yeah, check it out and see how it. So I found out. I just checked it out a few days ago, and I would like to promote it, and it's in see. It's good to have another option. Who knows what happens with YouTube sometimes. Hmm. Yeah, it's pretty good. I don't mind it, but I want to hear you guys. Just tell me, how does it grab you? 127,000 views already. Well, that's pretty good. It's a different system. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think. Come on, take a moment, click on it, and get back to me. There's not many of us here. There's only 8 of us, so give me a little feedback. Thomas says my ex and I broke up almost 3 months ago. I went no contact for 2 months until she called me a couple of weeks ago. About a week later, I wished her a happy birthday. We texted a few days after her birthday. Then I found out she blocked me on everything with no explanation. I don't understand why, because things were cordial between us. Yeah, she probably found somebody else and she just, or maybe she didn't find anybody else. She just doesn't want to get sucked in back into that thing. Um, she just want to be sucked back in into the relationship because she remembers there is a reason, or somehow she made a decision for whatever reason that she doesn't want to be with you. And so now that she's feeling like you guys are getting somehow talking again, she feels like, well, eventually, if I keep talking, I eventually get back with him. And that's not what she wanted to do. So she's trying to protect that plan. So, but whatever the reason is, who cares? Why the hell would you ever want to reconnect with someone who broke up with you? Listen, you guys got to grow up a little bit. If something is painful, why do you cause it to cause you pain again and again and again? She breaks up with you, then no contact because you're hoping that there will be contact. That's why you're doing no contact. Otherwise, you'd say, you won't call it no contact. You say, well, it's over, done. I move on. But you do try to get back as if what? She hasn't changed, you haven't changed. The problems that caused the breakup is still there. So what is this no contact business? To forget about that, how you guys treated each other or behaved with each other. Okay, you forget. And then you start thinking about the good stuff. Then you get back together. But the problems are still there. Not being compatible is still there. So again, it happens again. And then you break up again. So the second time now you're going through the breakup. And if you guys don't get back together just because you did a no contact, and then you start talking, hoping that you get back together, then she blocks you, then you're giving yourself pain again. Why don't you just, grow a pair? Say, okay, she broke up. Hasta la vista, baby. That's it. Gone. Finished. What happens to your life if you don't have her? What? 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 Go on. Another woman, another girl, another amazing female who's going to make you feel, wow. Why do you think she's the only one? What for? Why the hell would you want anyone who doesn't want to be with you for whatever reason? She broke up. Respect that. That's her prerogative. But respect yourself too and move on. That's the end of it. When you try to get back to someone who broke up with you, then you're going to hurt yourself again. Why? Because you're going to cause the same thing. You're going to break up again. She broke up. And you're trying to trick her back into what for? Why do you have to trick somebody to be in a relationship with you? So be a man, grow a pair, and move on. Dosti says, "Sir, I think you missed my message." What is it that I always miss your message? Where is it? I don't see anything here. There is no message from you. Didi Berries here says, "Good evening from Minnesota." Hello, Didi. Sorry, I missed you. Your hello here. Didn't greet you properly. But Dosti, there is nothing here. I didn't miss your message. There is no message here. That's the first one. It says, "Sir, I think you missed my message," but no. There's only this is the first one. Hussein says, "Thank you so much for your advice. My parents also told me that her beauty will fade away, so just don't think about it much." You want her because she's beautiful. So what? So what? It's all eventually you're gonna what? Have sex with her. Okay. But that beautiful look or beautiful body or beautiful whatever, what is it gonna give you? What advantage is it gonna give you in life? If it doesn't come with loyalty, if it doesn't come with proper behavior, manners, and interest in you, what good is it? It's no better than a mannequin, beautiful mannequin in the room. It's just pretty, okay. But there is nothing else that you can count on to build anything with her. If she's not into it, if she's not interested in you enough to give you that attention, reciprocate your love and attention, is good for nothing for you. Let it go. The beauty is not where the relationship takes place. The beauty is like an invitation that you're interested in each other because you're good looking or she's beautiful and you guys, kind of become interested. Then you have an opportunity now to get to know each other's consciousness. And once you get to know each other conscious or deal with each other, negotiate with each other, interact with each other, if it doesn't work, then that's the end of it. Let go. Because that beauty, physical beauty, is not going to set up the relationship to any good level. It's here. So you guys got interested, interacted, this didn't match, let it go. But because I know we men like pretty girls, as if the pretty girl is going to also mean she's smart, she's faithful, she's ladylike, she's a mommy, mother type, she's going to be amazing supporter, and you can be team up with. No, none of that shit means anything. It just means she's got a physical body that is fit or beautiful. That's it. And that has a duration. Once that goes, what else is there for you? Nothing. Even that interesting. Even though she's as beautiful as she might be, after like about a few years or a year, the sexual tension and interest is not the same as it was the first day. And now, if there is no compatibility on the consciousness level, then there's got nothing there. No physical interest anymore because it's already in a kind of available. You're used to it. There's no novelty anymore. And there's no compatibility here. So what's there to build a relationship on? None. So the beauty itself on its own, not good enough. Move on to someone with higher qualities and qualities that she can offer you to build something together. All right. Thomas says, thank you, sir. I just wanted to know why she blocked me. Who cares? Why do you want to know? What does it mean? What does it matter? What difference does it make? Why she blocked you? Why? Who is she? Almighty, that the reason that she has for blocking you would make a difference to you? No, she could be crazy. She could be an idiot. Or she could maybe just don't want to be talking to you, or she thinks she can do better, or whatever reason. Who cares? What does it matter? Who is she that you think, oh, her reason must be very important? Why? Because you don't have enough confidence and you're looking for attention of girls to give you the confidence. Don't. Your confidence comes from your accomplishments and what you want to build in life and how you spend your energy and efforts that you put in every day in your life. That's where your confidence comes from, not from the girl. Don't buy into that at all. And that's going to take you to ruins. He says, would it hurt to contact her on my other phone? Don't do that. Just don't shit all over yourself. Just don't. Just stop this nonsense. Don't give her the importance that she doesn't deserve. Nobody deserves your attention if they haven't give you the importance. Let them go. Let them go. On my phone or email to just ask what happened to say goodbye. Don't. The more you go after her, the more she gets empowered and she thinks she's too good for you. Just drop her. If you really want to feel good about yourself, do what I'm telling you. Drop her. Go on with your life, build your life, whether you have to study or you're working, find other friends, whenever it's time, whenever it's qualified woman shows up, then you get to not to go after any girl that is there just to fill the gap. No. Just say this woman does not deserve me because of her behavior. I don't want to have anything to do with her. You drop her in your mind. Drop her and go move on. Move on with your life. That's how you feel great about yourself. Otherwise, you'll become just a disgusting behavior of, why did you dump me? Why you blocked me? It's a big fucking deal. What difference does it make? You shouldn't even give it that. Don't do that to yourself. All right. Didi says, hello, I'm 27 from Minnesota. My wife live in Africa. I think we talked about that. We got into an argument last week, and we haven't talked since. I'm afraid that she would cheat on me, but I don't want to be the one to call first. No, she's not going to cheat on you. What do you think people are? They're not whores that, oh, I had a fight. That's the first thing that comes to the guy's mind. Oh, I had a fight with my girlfriend and I haven't talked to her for 2 weeks, but I'm afraid she's going to cheat on me. Why? What do you think they are? Just because so many guys are after women in general? That means the woman is a whore. She's just going to give it to anybody asks for it. She's got feelings. She's going through some kind of a turmoil. She's going through some kind of a hardship, some difficulty, some breakup, some and a challenge in the relationship. She's not going to be sleeping with somebody else. We might, we boys, when we get into some kind of a difficulty, we might go sleep with another woman just to feel good, just because we're pissed off and just because we don't think that deep sometimes. But women hardly do that, at least not within the 2, 3, 4 weeks period. They're not like that. Sex for them is a little bit more of a event than it is for us. For us, it's a big deal, but we can do that without having any reason. But they would like to have some kind of a connection, some kind of a feeling, an emotion, and measure up the guy and see if he's qualified, if what kind of a person he's. They've got a little bit more sophistication than we have, so I wouldn't worry about it. Just figure out what's the best thing to do to communicate. And anyhow, what the hell is your wife doing there and you're here? Fix this up. And Thomas says, thank you, Marin. I was going to text her tomorrow, but you changed my mind. Yeah, you text her. I'm going to introduce you to my little friend, the ugly stick. And you know about this, right? So don't you do that shit like that. Let her go and don't disrespect so many other amazing women that are out there just because this one doesn't want to be with you. You think there's no better ones? There's so many amazing women out there. Go after, go find out, go live your life. Don't hung up. What does she got to offer other than the body or the look? And you feel, oh, I've got a pretty girlfriend. What is she really in actuality going to offer you in life? Her behavior, her character, her consciousness. She's got nothing that you can write home about. So let her go. Fuck it. Dosti says, I send it again. Nothing showed up, Dosti. Nothing. Maybe it's got some words in it that it's automatically being censored. Change the words, maybe, or shorten it. Maybe it's too long. It doesn't catch it. You can't go maybe more than 4 lines. Yeah, I think 4 lines is the 4 lines, or maybe 1 or 2 words. Just keep it to 3, 4 lines and then try it again. Did you guys go and try my site as I asked, guys? My other channel, um, Utreon. Come on, go click on it and tell me what you think. How does it grab you when you enter it, when you see it? Thomas says the last thing she said to me was how she was getting a coffee with oat milk, and I responded by saying, "Don't tell me you turned into a basic white girl, lol." A pretty common phrase, I thought. Yeah, even whether it was appropriate or not appropriate shouldn't cause a breakup. So I'm wondering if she took the wrong way and that's why. Come on, don't fool yourself. Girls are not stupid either. Some are, like we boys are, but they're not going to break up because you made a comment. If they do because of comment, they deserve to be let go. They're just idiots. No, leave it. It's not that. Whatever it is, you don't want to know. Just to stop trying to get to know what it is. Leave it. Doesn't matter. Don't give a shit. Move on with your life. Dosis is my 20 male 21 Netherlands says I have HOCD. I lost all my attraction to girls. You didn't lose any of it. It's just statics doesn't let you see it. Every time I see a clothless girl, I feel disgusted. Gonna beat you over the head. How can you be disgusted with something so beautiful? It's just the statics. Your signaling system is fucked up right now, but you can help it out, and you can help your brain to see clear and get back to the normal that it was always for you, the way it was. Says that gives me a lot of anxiety. What does it mean? It just means that you have HOCD, which is a subset of OCD, which means there are malfunctions in the signaling system of the brain. It's nothing changing in you. It's just a brain that is having its own fun with making thoughts that you have no business and no interest and no inclination towards. But because it's coming from the brain and shows up in the screen of your head, and you've been duped since childhood to think that the brain is smart, brain is intelligent, brain is you, whatever brain says is right, then you're believing the bullshit that the brain is putting out while the brain is actually going through malfunction. You have to understand how the brain works and how it functions and how it malfunctions. But we don't focus on the malfunction. Anything that comes out of it, we think, oh, it must mean something. No, it means it's just gone a little bit backward. And OCD and intrusive thoughts goes through every single human being mind on earth. But when their signaling system works properly and their automatic shut off system works properly, namely caudate nucleus in striatum, in midbrain, in basal ganglia, then when suggestions, intrusive suggestions from prefrontal cortex shows up, caudate nucleus picks it up. You notice it and say, oh, what is that? And then caudate nucleus automatically, as per its program, shuts it off. When it doesn't function well, it doesn't shut it off. And the thought or the image or the suggestion or the idea hangs around. It doesn't disappear because caudate nucleus, the signaling system, is not shutting it down automatically as it's designed to do. And then you think, oh, because it didn't disappear, it must mean something. No, it means that your brain is malfunctioning in its automatic system of shutting down the intrusive thoughts. That's all. So you got to teach it how to rewire itself and get back to its regular balance as it was for you. Different people have different programmings, and it's designed to do what it is normal for them, depending on the inclination. For you, it was the way it was always as a heterosexual. Now the signaling system is not working well and it's lingering, and you think, oh, it must mean there's a change in me. No, you just got to help it to recognize how it can get back to what it was normal for you. Didi says I have to wait for her visa before she can come. It would take about 6 months or a year, but I'll be going there in 6 months. Thanks, you're welcome. Right now, what you should be thinking, especially in long distance relationship, don't be so dogmatic or tyrannic to think that because your wife is away from you, you got to show how manly you are by being nasty or by being unreasonable or by being forceful to show I'm a male, I'm a master. No, you got to be compassionate. You got to say, what can I do, honey? What problems do you have right now? What can I do from here to make your life a little bit better? I'm sorry that I can't be there for you. I'm looking forward for you to come here. But in the meantime, tell me what are the things that I could do from here to make you more comfortable. Instead, some people, instead of being sweet and kind to their woman, they think they got to show their manhood by being rude and unreasonable and ugly about things and forceful or dictatorial. Won't work. It's bullshit. So you might want to focus on what happened, and you can approach it differently. And there's no problem if you call first. Say, honey, I miss you. I'm worried about you. I want to see what it is that I can do for you. I know maybe I didn't handle whatever it was properly, but let's try again. And then deal with whatever the problem was. I don't know what the problem was differently. Um, Anyhow, she's your wife, so and she's there alone. Don't think about yourself. I don't know what your situation is. Maybe you're going through some hardship. Maybe you're being pissed off at something. Maybe your work is not so good. Maybe you're not making enough money. I don't know. Maybe something has happened that you feel not so manly as far as being in control of your life, and now you want to bring your manhood to your own image back by being harsh and dominating on your woman. That's not, she's supposed to be your support. You don't have to go and cry on her shoulder. You've got to be strong, but at the same time, you shouldn't be trying to be rude to her or forceful when the problem is that you don't feel so confident because there are some problems in your own personal life right now, or job life, or whatever it is. Uh, don't think by being more of a tyrannic nature she would appreciate. Oh, I've got a man waiting for. No, come on. If you can be nice to your woman and the woman doesn't appreciate it, but that's not a woman that you want to be building anything with. So don't be afraid to be kind. Don't be afraid to be understanding. Don't be afraid to be nice. You don't have to be pussycat, but you don't have to be a harsh idiot, uh, you know, psychotic behavior either. So figure it out. And it's okay to call your woman. Say, honey, I'm worried about you. I know I haven't called for a while because I've been pissed off, and I know you have too. We needed some time. But now it's time for me to see how can I help you out to feel better. I know you must be under pressure as well. Come on. Life is short. And Lucky Dude says, sir, if my mind say I'm attracted to a boy, how do I deal with this? What if somebody comes in the street and tells you something nasty, or something says, hey, you owe me money, and you don't? You're going to listen just because he uttered it? You're going to believe it? You're going to react to it? Just walk away. You don't have to pay attention. You don't have to respond to everything comes from other people or from your own brain. You don't have to take it seriously. Somebody says and you don't think this appropriate to your values, well, ignore it. Move. If it comes from your brain, same way. Ignore it. Don't pay attention to it. But you're asking me, what do I do? What do you mean, what do you do? What is your veto and your preference? What is your choice? What is it that you've always been? What is it that you prefer to be? What is it that you like? Just because some brain activity suggests something, you're not supposed to be taking that. You're supposed to be saying, listen, that's not my values. If that's not your values, that's not my values. It has never been my values. So I'm not going to follow what the bullshit you're telling me. I'm not interested in that. There are many people that they are living their lives and they're good people, and suddenly something comes to their mind about pedophilia. That doesn't make him a pedophile. It's a suggestion came through a malfunctioning brain. But you, being the boss of the brain and every other organ in your body, you decide what thoughts should be vetoed and ignored, and what thoughts should be paid attention to. So you ignore the things that are not within your values and you move on. You don't think about, oh, what should I do with it? What do you mean, what should you do? What is your value? What is your choices? So according to that, you just ignore any bullshit that comes to your head. You're not supposed to be analyzing it. Oh, must mean that I am this or no. It's a brain thing. It's not you. There's a separation between you and the brain. What the brain suggests is not you. There is a you who can see the contradiction between who you are, what you prefer, what you've always been, and what the brain is suggesting. The awareness of this contradiction tells you that you are not what the brain suggests, because if you were what the brain suggests, you would not even see the contradiction. You would not even become aware of any separation or difference between what the brain says and what you are. You would just feel, oh yeah. It's like somebody right now come and tell me, let's say a woman say, oh hey, you're good looking, you like women. That's the end of story. Yeah, thank you. There's no awareness. I mean, there's no contradiction. Yeah, okay. But if somebody says, you're ugly or you're very rude, so that's not me. So there is a contradiction to what I am, what the suggestion is being made. And that is awareness. And that awareness makes you realize that you're not what the brain says. You're not aware because of you asking this question. You're aware that there's a contradiction between what you are, what you've always been, what you prefer to be, and what the brain is suggesting to you. That awareness tells you there's a contradiction. When there's a contradiction, that means you're not what the brain is suggesting. Therefore, you don't have to respond to it. Just move on. Brain malfunctions. Understand that. Hussein says, sir, after breakup, why mind manipulates all the memories and mind only focus on good memories, not bad memories? Well, that's a blessing, because if we were supposed to remember all the bad things happening to our lives, it would cripple us. There are many things that happens in life, but our nature is programmed in such a way to forget the bad things and focus on the good things. So we forget about the breakup and the reasons that we broke up and the incompatibilities and all the harshness and problems. But we focus on the moments of romance and the fun things and so on. And then suddenly we say, oh, why did I break up? It was all so good. Why? No, because you don't remember why you guys broke up and all the things that were wrong, because we have the propensity of toward only gravitating toward the good memories and enjoying that. So naturally we question, why did we break up? I should go after her again. Dusi says, thanks, Meran. Every time I see a beautiful woman, I'm getting some feelings. So I know my mind is playing with me, but it feels so real that is what scares me. Don't be scared. There's nothing can you're the boss. Nothing can change you. Thoughts cannot change you. They can distract you, they can bother, they can annoy you, they're statics, but that's the nature of the malfunction of the brain. Brain, like any other organ, goes into malfunction. Liver, kidney, general getting a cold, that's a malfunction of the biological system, is trying to deal with something. But while it's dealing with it, you don't give up, say, oh, then that is the nature of me being always having a runny nose. No, it's just the malfunction of the system. Now you got to help it so it can regroup and bring about the balance that you had before the cold. Same thing, the brain also gets sick. Brain also malfunctions. Now you got to learn how to deal with it. Watch the videos that are produced and watch the links of famous psychologists and psychotherapists such as Dr. Philipson, Dr. Jan Weiner, Dr. Schwartz, and read these and watch the programs and learn what HOCD is and how to deal with it, how to help your brain to be rewired through neuroplasticity and regain back its own natural function as it was for you. So I don't have to be bamboozled by just because, oh, something shows up in the brain. Oh, that means, brain, like any other part of us, you know, can malfunction. And it does. There are more mental issues in the world. Almost everybody has some mental issue, but not everybody has some biological or physical issues. Like not everybody's knee hurts, but almost everybody's brain creates intrusive thoughts. Excuse me, I got to sneeze. Let me put this on mute. Hmm. Such a blessing when you sneeze. Resets the whole system. Sometimes I just sneeze maybe 20 times. Ah, and one more coming now. Hang on. Mm, very relaxed. Give me a moment. Mm. Ah, mm, wunderbar. Ah, very nice. One moment. I'll be right back. Ah, wunderbar. Ah, it's such a good feeling, you know. This time was not, there were five of them. Sometimes I go 10, 20. Some kind of a allergy or something, dust or whatever, I don't know, causes it. Okay, so we have Shabham Jedhe says, Hi Miran, how are you doing? Thank you, Shabham. Says, Male 20 India, I am doing really good. Thanks to you, and thoughts are there, but now I am not fearing and anxiety level is low. Good. But how to I fully recover from this bullshit HOCD? Listen, uh, you don't need to recover from anything. It's like saying, how do I recover from this cold so I'll never have cold again? Who cares if you have cold again? You know what to do with it. You know what it is. So because you know what it is, you know what to do with it. The awareness, the information, the education about it puts you at ease. I don't care. It can show up next week again. I know what to do with it. I'm not scared of it. It's a cold. It's not me becoming that runny nose all my life. No, it's a malfunction of biological thing, some bacteria, whatnot. HOCD is a malfunction of the signaling system of the brain. It's one of the subsets of OCD. OCD itself has many psychological and uh, chemical or mostly psychological reasons. And that's no different than challenges that our biological system finds with the cold, with the, I don't know, knee pain or whatever. And brain also has its own, especially if it's electrical system, it's got more glitches and more short circuitry and more troubles than biological system, because the biological system is mostly hardwired. But the brain has got so many neurons and so many things happening. Then neurotransmitters one day being less or more or this and that, and the lockdowns and then not doing much, and the brain is not as active as it used to be for the regular things that it used to be occupied during the day, and now it cannot find its security and balance and calmness through the occupation that it's used to have, through the things you had to accomplish during the day. Now it's lingering idle, and then suddenly it wants to be occupied. How can it create occupation and busyness? By attacking you in a way that is not true, so it can get a rise out of you, and you debate with it, interact with it. So these interaction and debate, because it is attacking you on the negative side, on something that is irrelevant to you, you rise up and you want to defend yourself, and you start becoming anxious about it and interact thoughts and discussion with it, and that creates occupation and business for the brain, and the brain through that occupation finds its security, because the brain finds its security through occupation and business of the brain, of the activities in here, not like how the body finds its security by being calm and safe in a physical area. Brain finds its security through occupation and business. Body finds its relaxation and security through physical security of area, or rather doing nothing. Brain, if it's not doing anything, it becomes agile and becomes a little bit goofball, and it starts thinking about all kind of shit that's got nothing to do with you, but it creates enough anxiety and discrepancy that you start arguing with it and create occupation and business, and the brain finds its security in that activity. So you got to understand all these things. So when you understand all these things, there is no need to feel that, when would I be cured? It's not a cure. It's what happens to everybody once in a while, here and there. And when it happens, when you know what it is, you don't give a shit again. Doesn't matter. It's not going to spike you. So, yeah, I know what it is. That's one of the malfunctions of the brain. I understand it. It's not going to do anything. Why? Because I'm the boss. Nothing that the brain thinks about or conjures up, any suggestion, images, ideas, whatever, nothing that the brain can conjure up can ever, on its own, become an actuality. Doesn't matter what brain does, it's all up to me to allow anything that the brain suggests or conjures up become an actuality or die by the wayside and never see the light of day. Because I am the boss. I am the intellect. I am the awareness. I am the me. Brain is not me. Brain is an organ, works for me, like my kidney, like my liver, like any other organ. It works for me. It can malfunction. It's not me. So whatever it suggests and wants to kind of pretend that it is affecting me, I have the last word. I can allow any suggestion, any idea to do become, or to not ever see the light of day, to become an actuality or never become anything. Because I am what the brain has been added to. So I am me, the base, the life, and the brain is one of the apparatuses that I use in order to advance my life. Until 40,000 years ago, we had stem brain, reptilian brain. Everything was hardwired. There was no thinking ability. There was no speaking ability. We didn't have this brain that we have today. So that's why there was no intrusive thoughts available. We're living like animals. We would run, we would hunt, we would have sex, we would eat, we would whatever. And no question, no nothing, no ambiguity, no statics of any kind. Why? Because there was no ability to think. There's no ability to speak. There was no meanings to the words that we would speak to determine or affect us in any which way, because there was no ability to think. There was no ability to speak. So nothing would affect us other than what we instinctively were always for millions of years. Thoughts are the roots of problems. Ever since 40,000 years ago, we got this developed brain. And because of the ability to think and speak, it comes up with all these malfunction and all these thoughts, and all these thoughts have a meaning, and the words have a meaning because we can speak, and we get attached to the meaning of the word that was suggested or popped up in our head, not actually the fact that this is a malfunction. We go to the conclusion of the meaning of the suggestion that was created in our brain. And that's the problem. When we understand all this and ignore the meaning of the words, and we ignore the suggestion the brain makes, we ignore all of these thoughts that they're just thoughts, they're not us, then we're safe, we're fine, we're okay. Hmm? So thoughts have no business to scare you. That's what they are. They come and go. In my other broadcast, I mentioned to you that thoughts and you are like thoughts are the ships and you are the ocean. Yeah? Just because a ship showed up, now it's visible in the ocean, arrived, that doesn't mean because the ship arrived, now the ocean is a ship. Ocean changes, becomes a ship. No, it doesn't. Ocean remains ocean. And ocean is the reason that this ship can travel on it. It's a travel path. Ocean is a travel path. But just because a ship showed up, ocean doesn't change into ship. Just because, oh, this is a ship now because it is here now, that the ocean is going to become ship. No, same thing. Consciousness, you're you. Thought shows up, you're the ocean. Thought is the ship. It comes and passes and lets go and goes by. Just like the ships pass through this ocean pathway to go from one place to another, ocean allows them to travel. It's a path. They cannot change the ocean ever. They can travel on it and become visible on it. That's all. Same thing. Thoughts are just capable to become visible because there is a you, there is a consciousness. And it is you who makes it possible for thoughts to present themselves. But it's a pathway. Let them, like the ships, come and go. Don't grab onto them, because once you grab onto a ship that is going, like the ocean, go, oh, don't come. And now you're paying attention to this thought and you give it importance. And the thought becomes active as if it's has any meaning. But until you pay attention to it, if you don't pay attention to it, thought comes and goes. And let them come and go. You don't have to interact with it. You don't have to be bothered by it. You don't have to be afraid of it. It's a thought. It has no actuality to it. It's only virtual. But because the brain is so powerful and you thought somehow duped into think that the brain is you, suddenly you say, oh my goodness, such a thing showed up. That means that what showed up in my head is me. No, there is complete separation. It's got nothing to do with you. It's brain's thoughts. It's a thought. It's not you. Hmm? The mere existence of you allows a thought to present itself. If there was no you, there would be no thought. So the thought is not a boss. If there was no ocean, there could be no ship traveling on it. And now, just because a ship arrived, it doesn't change the ocean to the ship. Oh, the ship is carrying wood, so now I'm a tree. Oh, the ocean is carrying sulfur, so now there can be a fire. No, ocean is ocean and ship is ship. Doesn't matter what the content of the ship is, it's got nothing to do, it can do nothing to the ocean. It just comes and goes. So let it come and go. Let the ocean allow these ships to carry on and go. Same thing. Let the thoughts come and go. It's got nothing to do with you. You're just facilitating the thoughts to have a chance to show themselves, but let them go. Come and go. Come and go. Don't hang on to them. Don't, you know, fuss with them. Don't pay attention to them. Ignore them. All right. So where are we? Hussein, you're asking the wrong questions. Again, you're saying, sir, what to do after breakup if your mind force you? Again, you're saying your mind force you. Cannot force you. Your willpower. You're the boss. You do not comply with what the brain suggests. If that's the case, what if the brain forces you or suggests you to go kill someone? Then you become a murderer just because the brain suggested it? You decide, you judge what the brain suggests, and you say, is it good for me? Is it going to do anything good for me? Is it to my advantage? Is it decent? Is it normal to do that? Is it something good for me to do that? Is it acceptable for the rules of the society to kill someone? Then you will decide based on that manners and morals and your values. Based on your values, you decide if this thought should be paid attention to or just let it die by the wayside. Same thing. What do you mean your brain forces you to to call your ex? What does that mean? You're being a pussy. You're being weak minded, and you think that the reason that she has for whatever she has done to block you or whatever, it has any value to your validity, to your affirmation, to your values. Stop giving the values that you have in the hands of somebody else's judgment. Just grow up. It's good time to grow. Yeah, you keep repeating yourself. It's just watch this video again, and I don't want to repeat myself. It just doesn't matter what your brain suggests to think about the good memories. Just say, okay, good memory, but I don't want to. You are the decision maker, so just make a decision and go on. Aman says, okay. Aman says, Mehran, if a girl is friends with benefits with me, that means not my girlfriend, and being friend with benefits with other guys too. Is it not necessarily? No, not your girlfriend, but maybe she's just friend with you, but also you guys do some intimate, spend some intimate time too. That doesn't mean she's doing it with everybody else as well. As I said, we boys can do these sort of things, but girls are not necessarily that like us. They have more of a, you know, criterias, values, more they're more disciplined, they're more sophisticated. They're not as loose as we are. We're as soon as a girl shows a smile and shows attention to us, we think, oh, she's the right one. And then we want to be get to know her, and then if there's a chance, you like to be intimate because that's how we are put together. A heterosexual male is geared and programmed for procreation. It doesn't think about these things; just instinctively wants to go on. You know, so so a friend with benefits, not necessarily she's going to be doing it with everybody else. Manav Mokpati, Mod, Modpati, or Matpati says, Sir, can HOCD make you uncomfortable with girls? Yeah, definitely. That's what HOCD does. It messes with your head. That's why you should protect yourself and just live by your vetoes and choices, not by the suggestions and ideas and images that the brain, through its malfunction, and just shows up and causes all these things. Listen, if you were some other gender that you are, if you were something other than the gender that you are, you wouldn't have any question, you wouldn't be noticing any differences, and you wouldn't be affected by such thing as HOCD because you wouldn't be HOCD, you wouldn't even notice it. You know, like as I mentioned, if a thought comes to my head that okay, you like girls, yeah, that's the end of the thought. I don't challenge it. I don't question it. I don't have anything to say about it. Just that's it. But when it's something that bothers you, annoys you, that obviously that means it's not you. It's something that is contrary to what you are. So it's as simple as that. But because the brain is powerful and makes the body react to things and plays right in there, stays in there because the shut off system is not working, Then you start worrying about, oh, can something change me? How could anything change you? Your brain wasn't even developed. There was no ability to think or speak when you were in the wombs of your mother being made, being put together. So the thoughts and the brain were not involved in your sexuality, in your gender, in your inclination, in your genitalia, in your creation of what your program and what you were created as in the womb of your mother. Then how come later on suddenly the brain and thought has the power to change you? No, it can go malfunction and cause up some kind of a shit ideas that is contrary to who you are, what you prefer, what you've always been, what you want to be, regardless of your gender. This HOCD doesn't happen just for heterosexual, it happens for homosexual people, that they are born homosexual and later on this brain and these thoughts suggesting to them that they're heterosexual. It makes them uncomfortable because that is against their nature. And it's the same for heterosexual. When you were being made in the womb of your mother, you were made in one way or another, and that's it. That's your gender. That the rest of it, when you're grown up and these things shows up, these are malfunctions of the brain that you guys are supposed to help your brain to come back to its original programming. Whatever your gender was, you got to help it back to get there. And in your case, well, you've always been heterosexual. Now the brain is playing, a malfunctioning game with you. So help it to get back to its balance. That's all. Every gender would go through the same challenge, and every gender has to do similar behaviors in order to correct itself to what it was normal for its inclination and its gender. No, it's a universal thing. It doesn't have anything to. It doesn't hit just heterosexuals. It's homosexuals. It's heterosexuals. All people. Hmm. Aman says, Marin, how to get over extreme self consciousness and feeling inadequate while talking with any girl. Well, free yourself from needing something from them. When you are talking with a girl, the fact that you feel lack of confidence is because you need something from her. You want to hold her hand. You want to, be intimate with her. You want her attention. You want her to like you. All these things make you not so confident because you need something. Take that need out and say, what do I need this girl for? She has to prove to me that she's actually valuable other than the obvious values that heterosexual male feels about the girl. That okay, she's pretty, she's got nice legs, nice boobs, nice face. I want to hold her, I want to hug her, I want to touch her, and all that. Beside that, say that is my desire for woman that makes this woman so valuable. But on her own, without my desire for intimacy, what does she offer? What does she bring into my life? What can she offer me? What difference can she make to my life or to life in general? What is she doing for this world? That's her value is. If there is anything that she does that is beneficial to humanity, okay, that's her value. But if only thing that makes her value is because you desire her, well, then the source of her value is you. It's not her. It's your desire that makes her valuable, not her. On her own, she hasn't done anything. So you try to see if she's worth anything because of her accomplishments, or is it because you desire? Well, you can desire, I don't know, if you're in the, I don't know, desert or the jungle, you don't find anything, you may desire sheep. But that doesn't mean it's a qualified choice. So, so instead of just focusing on, oh, I need to touch her, oh, she's so pretty, I wish she would smile at me, she'd be my girlfriend. These are the needs. Take those needs out. Say, let me just see if she qualifies in any way. What is she bringing to life? What can she do for me other than the obvious? What else? That's not her, uh, you know, the qualities for her. That's I'm built this way. That I can see, I can desire her. But that's desire is not a qualification. Is not a bonus to her. It's not. It's not her doing. That I'm programmed to desire her. I want to see what is her worth on her own without my desire. If you think that way, then you look at her as a consciousness, not as what we're programmed to feel. Oh, I'm hungry for that. Hmm? So then your confidence will go up because then you see you got something to offer, but you don't know what she's got to offer. So you bring your confidence back up. Hussein says, thank you so much, sir, for your advice. I'm feeling better now. Good for you. Uzma Baraki says, Salam alaikum, Mehran. Salam alaikum, Uzma. Uzma, is it a Turkish name? Where is it? Um, Shubham says, Manav. Okay, talking to Manav. Okay, okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Surya. This is what HOCD does. So hang in there and learn about it and help it to rewire your brain. Okay, because this is what HOCD does. It's textbook HOCD. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing is changing in you. This is what the malfunction of the brain is. So you got to learn how to help your brain to heal itself to the program that it was originally made for you. Lokonas901 says, thank you for your amazing work, Mr. Mehran. You really helped me during my separation. My pleasure, dear. Please let me know your age, gender, and where you're tuning in from. I'd appreciate to know my demographics. Yeah, well, Syria, you fix up your mistakes because when they say accept, that means accept that thoughts can happen, that thoughts can exist. That means accept what the thought is saying. Why should you accept what the thought is saying? Accept that the thought that the brain can make thoughts and these thoughts can float around. Okay, I've got nothing to do with that. It's like accepting that people can think, accepting that people can say things. Okay, I accept that people can say things, but that doesn't mean I'm going to accept what the content of what they say is. So the fact that you accept people can say things, that means I don't give a shit what they say because I accept that they can say things. They can say shit, whatever they want to say. So I accept that the brain makes thoughts, but that doesn't mean I'm going to accept the content of what the thought is suggesting. It just is that I accept that the brain can make thoughts, and many of these thoughts are going to be intrusive. I accept that this can happen. That's all. Mm. All right. Hmm. Rahul says, "Hi, sir. Hope you're doing well. 34 male India, 4 weeks done. No contact with the wife. She didn't call, nor did I. What should I do? Next wait, or should I wait for 2 more weeks? Keep waiting. That's the one that she decided to do that. So just do your thing. I mean, look, what do you want to do? You want to go growl and say what? Give her the time that she asked for. She said, "We want time." Okay, give her time. You just live your life, but make sure don't forget your daughter. Yeah, as I said to you, you can send gift to your daughter. You know, Manav, you constantly are under the impression that the brain is the intellect. That's why you say, when I say I like woman, the brain says you're lying. Well, listen, who is the I? Is brain you? Are you the brain? Or you're you and brain is added to you as a apparatus to serve you. So why do you take cues from the brain? I say this, but the brain says, who's the brain? It's like saying, I say I want to go to football game, but my butler says no. You got to go to, I don't know, shit eating contest. So why why do you care what the butler says? So whatever you say, that's what it is. The suggestion of other people should not be changing you, your idea, and your intention. You know, it's no different than when you're in OCD glitch, is like you accept suggestions, but you got to focus on if the suggestion was something else, like if you wanted to have a hamburger and the brain would suggest to you, no, go have rice. You don't listen. You stick with, oh, I want hamburger. The same thing. You have an intention and interest in whatever it is that you feel it's right for you, and you want to, you like woman. So if the brain says no, you just fuck you. Who are you to tell me that? Move on. Don't pay attention. Ignore. Just like if somebody tells you, no, don't have hamburger, have rice. So, what the fuck? I don't want to have rice. I want to have hamburger. Or whatever it is. Don't take suggestions from brain. Brain is just an apparatus. It's not a it's not a person that is you. Even if it was a person, it would be somebody outside of you. It's not you. You are the most important. You decide. And whatever you decide, that goes. That's what is going to be going. Uzma says Uzma is a Pakistani name. Ah, okay. I never knew that. Aman says, yeah, right. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, Aman says, what good stuff I get from a girl. All I feel at this age is just attractions, and don't exactly know what to get from a girl other than that. Yeah, exactly. So when you're talking to a girl, if you understand that the attraction is not what's going to build the relationship, and you take that out of the table, out of the menu, then you'll see she's got nothing else to offer, that you would be losing your confidence when you want to talk to her. The fact that you lose your confidence because that attraction tells you that you want her, you want to touch her, you want to know her, you want to be friend with her because you feel like you have that need, you want to, be intimate with her, something that you want from her. If you take that, what you want from her, out of the occasion, out of the equation, and you don't want, you close your eyes on that and try to see what else does she have to offer. You'll see she's got nothing to offer until you get to know her. But because you don't know her, and you've taken that need of intimacy or touching her, or just, I need to feel affirmed because she likes me. If you take that need away, you'll say, why would I lose confidence to talk to this person? It's just good. If I don't need anything from her, why would I lose confidence? I'll be very confident because I don't fucking want anything from her. And until you get to know her, and then you say, oh, she's a nice person, now you can allow yourself more vigorously to be interested in her, you know, beauty and all that. Rafael Carmo says, good morning, everyone. Hope you get better soon. Who? You mean my sneeze? Oh, it's not, it's cold. It's just I sneeze. Maybe could be a, I don't know, a banana, smell of the banana, or some kind of a tea. Hmm, yummy. Rahul says, I'm feeling better than before and focusing on my own development. I can't change her mind or force her to come and stay with me. Exactly. Life is too short to start hanging around to see what other people want to give you or want to decide for you or whatnot. If they're not interested, they're not willing, okay, you just keep on doing what it is that you got to do, and you move on eventually if you have to. Yeah. Surya, stop reading those bullshits and stop paying attention to any garbage that is out on the internet, and stop paying attention to all kinds of shit that is out there. When you have HOCD, you got to focus on what psychologists, psychotherapists are suggesting, and the ways to actually properly retrain your brain rather than listening to these garbage that somebody talks about, you know, fluidity and all that. Yeah. All right. Manov says, sir, yesterday night my girlfriend said, let's be friends for 5 months from, let's be friends for 5 months after a complete 10, let's be relationship. I don't understand. What does that mean? Let's be friend for 5 months after I complete 10. Let's be in relationship because of family problems. So, sir, should I believe her? I don't know what you mean, really. What is 5 months? What is after? What is 10? What is, I don't understand what time frame you're talking about. Is she saying let's be friends for 5 months and after 10 months be in a relationship? I don't know what she's saying. You just stop listening to all these bullshit conditions. Says, listen, I don't understand what you're saying. If you're compatible and we like each other, then we can start thinking about being in a relationship or not. First of all, tell me, how old are you? In every question, let me know how old you guys are, because I forget. I don't know who I'm talking with. So gender, age, and where you're tuning in from is very simple. Like, M20 India, beginning of your questions, put this in so it reminds me who I'm talking and what gender and how old and all that. And stop playing this game with these girls who constantly want to see what their option is, and they keep you hanging till they maybe find something that is more to their liking, or they want to see what else is out there for them, and they keep you stringing along. Don't fucking play with that shit. Anybody who wants to be serious and likes you and she wants to have a relationship with you, she can make a decision right now. What is this bullshit of 5 months? Let's be 5 months, and after 10 months, and then go through this labyrinth and take that match and light up that candle and put the candle over there. Then that door opens. Then you'll go into the door. There'll be a tiger. You fight with it. All that bullshit is just nonsense. Don't buy into that. If she likes you, she likes you. She doesn't, fuck off. Later. All right. There are lots of amazing, wonderful girls out there. But I don't like this idea that the girls who actually know that they just want to play a game in order to feel confident that, oh, God, this guy after me and that guy after me, and pull them, string them along until somebody else shows up. Say, well, I'm sorry. Yeah, it doesn't work out now. I thought it would, but it doesn't work. Just tell them, listen, you don't want to be in a relationship, fuck off. That's it. Don't think any girl, just because she's a girl, she's also qualified. Find out what's in their heads. What kind of education? What are they offering? What their loyalty? What their manners? What their morals? Just because they're pretty, that doesn't make them qualified to be your girlfriend. You got to find more about it. You got to qualify them. So don't be so simple. If they start playing like this, say, okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it. But no, I'm not interested. Go on. Find somebody else. I'm not here playing a puzzle game or something. Manva says, sir, 10 means 10th standard. What does that mean? 15 male India. You're 15 years old? And you're talking about, no, don't, just, you don't have to have a girlfriend right now. 15 years old is too early to have a girlfriend. Just have friends who are girls to learn how to interact with girls and understand them and have experience, but you don't have to have a girlfriend right now. You're too young for that. Just enjoy being friend. And all this bullshit about, I don't know, 10th standard. I don't know what 10th standard means. For 5 months after a complete 10th standard, let's be I don't know what 10th standard is. I don't know what first standard is. I don't know what kind of game she's playing or what kind of thing you guys are talking about. It sounds bullshit to me. Syria says, Syria male 21 India. Okay, great. Okay, guys, it's been 1 hour and 32 minutes. It's time for me to say I love you all. Thank you very much for being here, giving me the opportunity to share a thing or two with you. It's about 2:16 a.m. here. It's time for me to do some more work and then go to sleep. And tomorrow at 1 p.m. Vancouver time, we'll have another live stream. If you guys are around, more than happy to join me. In the meantime, be good to yourself and to the others. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Subscribe on my channel, visit my channel, and go through the videos that you might be interested in. Mind@seekstruth.com is making it one step away to talk to me one-on-one on Skype and discuss what's concerning you. I'll talk to you soon.